everyone, welcome back to the Library of Parthos. My name is Sarah and today we are throwing it back. It has been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I am sharing my TBR for the month of August. Oh my goodness, I kind of gave up on planning a TBR because I kind of switched the job that I was doing a little bit, which meant that I had a lot less free time. And it just made planning out what I was reading very, very difficult, let alone reading and then filming and editing and all of those things. So I just thought, let's just hold off on the TBRs for now. I can never follow through with them anyway. But I feel pretty confident that I'm back in a place where I can do that. So we're gonna give it our best try this month and see if we could stick to my TBR and if I can finish it. I've set the bar pretty low. I've only picked out 4 books, so that should be 1 book a week, right? That should be manageable, but we'll see. In the month of August, even though it is insanely hot, it has been in the 90s with humidity and no rain for the last 2 or 3 weeks when I'm filming this. I know I have long sleeves on, but my house is quite cool, but it has just been so hot. It definitely feels like summer. But come August, even though I'm trying to live in the moment, as I said, and enjoy summer for what it is, I am getting ready for fall. So I'm starting to collect all of the pumpkin spice flavored things. I'm starting to think about putting up fall decorations. I usually decorate over Labor Day weekend, just because that's kind of the last free time that I have for a while, on weekends at least. So that's kind of my plan. So I start to get really excited about that. So I'm kind of in this tough position of it's super hot and I want to be reading summer themed things, but I also want to start getting into fall stuff. So I think maybe I have kind of a balance of starting to creep into that creepy spooky season. So let's go ahead and dig into my TBR. So the order that I share them in is not necessarily the order I plan on reading them. I actually think I'll probably go in a little bit of a different order, but this is the order that I'm going to share them with you. And the first book that I'm hoping to read is actually a sequel to a book that I've read before, and that is Forestfall by Lindahl Clipstone. This is the sequel to Lakesedge. I do have a review of that. I really enjoyed that book. It definitely gave me those spooky vibes that I was looking for, and by the end I was definitely looking for more and wondering what was going to happen next. I purchased the sequel right away, and on the other side of this camera I have a big comfy chair where I put all of my Outcrate Illumicrate stuff when it comes in, all of the books that I buy before I put them away, and it just got buried under the pile and I kind of forgot I had it. So I'm definitely excited to get back into this world. I'm going to read a quick summary from the inside of the book so you can kind of see what this story is about. I'll try to avoid any spoilers, major spoilers in the story, though I don't think there will be any in the summary, but definitely check out the first book if you haven't. To attempt to break the curse at Lakesedge Estate, Violetta Graceling has sacrificed herself to end the corruption. To escape death, Letta makes a desperate bargain with the Lord Under, one that sees her living at his side in the land of the dead. And though he claims to have given her all he promised, Letta knows this world of souls and mist hides many secrets. When she discovers she is still bound to Rowan, Letta goes to drastic lengths to reforge their connection, but her search for answers and a path back home will see her drawn into increasingly dangerous bargains and struggling to resist the allure of a new dark power. So, sounds like everything that I love in a book. One of the things that was really intriguing to me in the first book was this whole Lord Under situation. So I'm excited to explore that some more in this book. So that'll be probably not the first book I read off of my August TBR, but it's not huge and I think I can get through it quickly. So we'll see where I slot this one in. So the next 2 books are books that I should have read a long time ago. In fact, I bought them pretty early on, and again, they kind of disappeared in my stacks of books on my comfy chair on the other side of the camera. So I'm embarrassed that it's taken me this long, but I'm trying to right the wrongs and I'm trying to fix it. So the next two, of course, will be Fourth Wing and the sequel to that I can't pick up, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Now, what I understand is the third book, the cover has already been announced, so the third book is coming. I want to make sure that I am prepared by reading both of these books before that happens. So I'm going to try to get through them in the month of August. I mean, size-wise, it's no Crescent City. I think I can handle it. And actually, you can see I've already started like the first 2 chapters or so. There's my bookmark. I think I can handle these. I don't think it's going to be crazy long, and if all of the like fan art and all the Instagram posts are any indication, I think once I get started, I'm just gonna go crazy on this book. So if you're not familiar, and I'm sure you're sitting there watching this going, yeah, we know what Fourth Wing is. But for anyone who's not familiar, I am going to read the summary of just the first book. I'm not going to read of the second book because I also don't want to ruin it for myself. So this story is about 20-year-old Violet Sorrengail, who was supposed to enter the Scribe Quadrant, is living a quiet life among books and history. Now, the commanding general, also known as her toughest Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Vriorson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Riders Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly, the kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at I don't even know how to say this. Basgiath? I think it's Basgiath. That makes sense. War College has an agenda, because once you enter there are only 2 ways out: graduate or die. So, I mean, again, I don't know why it's taken me so long. The summary, and from the 2-ish chapters that I've read so far, it reminds me a lot of the series that the name is escaping me by Elise Kova. Oh man, what is the series? The Air Awakens series, I think is what it's called. It's giving like heavy Air Awakens vibes just based on the summary. So I'm interested to see if my comparison of the two is going to hold up as I continue to read. But yeah, I'm trying, as I said, I'm trying to right the wrong. I should have read it forever ago. I know there are people who are probably like, I can't believe you still haven't read Fourth Wing, but I'm going to do it this month. This is the month it's gonna happen. As I said, I was keeping my TBR short because I want to give myself every leg up to be able to get through it this month. So the last book on my TBR that I probably will save for the end of the month, I'm hoping is going to start to put me in that spooky season mood, and that is Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrew. I got this as an either Outcrate or a Limicrate. Can I tell from the... I think it's an Outcrate book. Kelly Andrew wrote The Whispering Dark, which I loved. I named my Hogwarts Legacy character after the main character of that book. I do have a review of that if you've not read it. I highly, highly recommend it. It was such a good read. Very, very dark, but that's what I'm expecting of this book, and I'm hoping that it's gonna do its job as like a book to bridge the gap from like summer just reading for fun to like now we're into business and we need to set the tone. I'm sure I shared the summary of this book in the unboxing video, but I'm gonna go ahead and read it again for anyone who's unfamiliar, and you can probably see why. I'm hoping that this book will do a very specific job instead of a very specific vibe. Wyatt Westlock has one plan for the farmhouse she's just inherited: to burn it to the ground. But during her final walkthrough of her childhood home, she makes a shocking discovery in the basement. Peter, the boy she once considered her best friend, strung up in chains and left for dead. So we've got a dead body already. Like, it's perfect. Unbeknownst to Wyatt, Peter has suffered hundreds of ritualistic deaths on her family's property. Semi-immortal, Peter never remains dead for long, but he can't really live either. Not while he's bound to the farm, locked in a cycle of grisly deaths and painful rebirths. There's only one way for him to break free. He needs to end the Westlock line. He needs to kill Wyatt. With Wyatt's parents gone, the spells protecting the property have begun to unravel, and dark, ancient forces gather in the nearby forest. The only way for Wyatt to repair the spells is to work with Peter, the one person who knows how to harness her volatile magic. But how can she trust a boy who's sworn an oath to destroy her? When the past turns up to haunt them in the most unexpected way, they are forced to rely on one another to survive, or else tear each other apart. So, the inside of this book is kind of like a scrapbook. So like you've got like some like Polaroid pictures here. Everything looks very summery. So I think this book is really going to be like that, like summery, like getting into like really dark stuff. And so I think it really is going to be the perfect book to go from like summer to spooky season. So I'm really excited about it. And maybe just knowing that this is at the end of the road is gonna propel me through that TBR and help me get to the end. That's everything that I'm planning to read in the month of August. Fingers crossed that it goes as well as I'm hoping. If you've read any of these books like Fourth Wing, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what books you enjoyed, your opinions on them, and I'll of course share them when I am finished as well. So that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.